but Powell, on the other hand, he had a flash of proximity finishing out of zone 2 where he really got on Colfer's door, but for the rest of the run then he was quite shallow and offline. So for that run, Colfer definitely came away with a very
battle. Hountondji goes up against Mevlud Meladze, and it says 550 horsepower on his stats there, but he actually only has 280 horsepower. That's what I'm hearing.
Where's the rest come?
The rest he left in the airport in Georgia.
Okay.
But he has only got a standard 4.4 V8 BMW engine under the bonnet of this car, and he now goes up a car with not a standard BMW engine. He goes up against an LSX crate motor of the Red Bull Drift brother, Hountondji. It will be Germany versus Georgia in the top 32, and Hountondji now coming through the gears. Will Meladze have enough of pace? And look at this as he dives into that first corner. It's a newcomer to the championship, and he's been impressing us, but losing a little bit of ground now.
Yeah, you know what, for me it looks like he has to carry the momentum to get on the door, and he's doing a very, very good job. Like you say, the Red Bull Drift brother Hountondji running LSX under the bonnet. Look at that, banging some flames as Hountondji fires into the outer zone. Mevlud though getting into it, but just as at that proximity as he starts to make a dive across the line. Hountondji looking the stronger competitor.
He looks very comfortable there, Hountondji. I'll tell you what, he's got the pace, that's obvious. He's got the horsepower and grip, that's obvious. But it's about how clean the back end of his car is right now is what I'm looking at, because that car has not been repaired this entire round.
Don't curse him.
I'm not saying he's not going to have to. I'm just saying if you look at a guy that has a perfectly clean car.
The team have had an easy weekend.
Yeah, I'm saying if he's got a clean car, that means he's looking very comfortable out there, and he's also qualified very high. Mevlud there, he gets some proximity here and there, but he's cutting the track hugely to do it. And the judges saying they don't want to see guys diving across the inside, they want to keep on that outside qualifying line. So he's going to be marked down a little bit, but now he goes into the lead position. We'll see what he's all about there, as Hountondji now in the chase position is going to have to start thinking about this very unknown competitor beside him. He hasn't really practiced with him, he hasn't seen his style, he hasn't had time to check out what he's all about. I'm thinking if I'm Hountondji, it's a difficult call. Do I go close? Do I go in the door? Do I hold back? I would say the clever move here is to go in the door, to not leave it in the hands of a mistake or on the slight advantage from the first run.
Yeah, exactly. Not an easy decision to make, and like you say, an unknown driver in the championship. This is his first round this year, and I mean, what does he do? What does Hountondji do? Does he get on the door, try and force the win? If he does force the win, he could potentially face his brother in top 16, Joe Hountondji. As we could just see our start line marshal, they're just trying to remove the rear bumper of Mevlud's car as it's come detached ever so slightly.
Yeah, make sure all these competitors are 100% ready to go, of course. Body panels flailing around is obviously going to be a disadvantage, and the start line marshal making sure that car is A-OK to continue and A-OK to run. From my perspective though, this is an unusual one. I mean, Hountondji, for me, I picked him out in practice. I said, this guy's looking strong for a podium this weekend. He's been on the wall for 2 days straight and not really hitting it at all, which is a great way of approaching it, is to go close but not hit it.
Yeah, exactly, and this is the highest we've seen him qualify. He qualified in 6th place. He's doing very well in the championship so far. So yeah, I mean, this could be the weekend for Hountondji and the Red Bull Drift brothers, the Falcon Tires BMW E30, to take a hold of the championship and really start to shake it up a little bit.
Absolutely, and of course a lot of Polish drivers still in the championship race right now and in the competition today, which I'm loving. But here's a really interesting battle between Georgia and Germany. Very often not very often we see these guys go up against each other in drift competition, but it will be Mevlud in the lead position and Hountondji in the chase. Hountondji should have the pace here to stay with him. Can he get the job done? But Mevlud looking super strong to the edge of the track. What a lead run this is, Ian. This
is unbelievable from Mevlud, the unknown entity right now in the championship. Puts in an absolute screamer of a lead run so far. But Hountondji though not far behind as he almost over-rotates. Mevlud fires it to the wall, and look at Hountondji right on the back wheel as they almost make contact now. They transition down to the centre of the track. Mevlud giving Hountondji the most perfect opportunity to chase as he fires it into the third outer zone, and they get wheel on wheel and bring it over the line. Wow, Mevlud
incredible. This guy
has
been such an addition this weekend. I'm sure Georgia are very proud of this guy and everything he's achieved. I think, if it comes down to a judging decision, the only thing I can see is that no proximity from Mevlud, just maybe outpaced a little by Hountondji when Hountondji was leading. He had a big gap on Mevlud, and Mevlud hadn't cut track. Hountondji, great proximity, but not cutting the track, staying with him. So I think that might be a blow to Mevlud's claim to winning this battle, but let's see which way the judges go. Incredible stuff though, to see two very different BMWs from two different parts of Europe go head to head and having a lot of fun out there on track in front of this local Polish audience.
So it does look like we do have a decision as the graphic drops up on our screen. Who's going to take it through to the top 16? Will it be Mevlud on the left or Eli Hountondji on the right? And Kieran, Kevin and David make it unanimous. Eli Hountondji gets the win and goes through. Judges, very, very nice clean battle there for you guys.
Yeah, an easy one. Elias, really good lead run in the first battle, and Mevlud had no proximity, and the proximity he gained was by actually diving massively to get onto his door, especially there on the last outer zone. On the second run there, I think you saw it was a really good chase by Elias, so he takes advantage over both runs.
There we are, we move it on.